It is the opening match in this, the 18th edition of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Mexico and the Dominican Republic squaring off for the first time since 1990. Mexico involved in every previous Gold Cup, and they have never failed to advance past the group stage. An El Tri with no intention of relinquishing their crown, but they'll have to navigate a field of dangerous challengers as CONCACAF's best collide again for regional supremacy.
This isn't just a tournament. It's wearing the hopes of home on your chest. It's capturing the world's attention with a single touch.
The 16-year-old has scored.
It's making this opportunity count.
A Gold Cup title for Canada.
A defending champion hunting for more.
Here it comes now. Jimenez scores. It was Chavez from Mexico.
A fallen favorite fueled by unfinished business.
To the middle, took a touch, and it's in. The U.S. has scored.
And a continent of challengers chasing legacy. 16 nations, one crown. This is more than a tournament. This is the Gold Cup.
Tonight, the first of 31 Gold Cup matches in 22 days as another summer of soccer continues right here on Fox Sports. So glad you're here with us tonight. Rob Stone, trio of former U.S. internationals with you. Landon Donovan, Stu Holden, Alexi Lawless. Quick quiz. How many Gold Cup titles do you have?
Four.
Four.
Rossi just told me.
You're at four.
Well,
One.
0.
Point zero.
Zero.
No way to go through. So you and I have the same amount of Gold Cup titles.
You got it, my
Well
friend.
done, Alexi Lawless. Well done, my friend.
Rob Cummins.
Different time.
This edition of the CONCACAF Gold Cup, it features 16 nations. Mexico, they will face their former coach, Miguel Herrera, in Group A. He's now in charge of Costa Rica. World Cup co-host Canada, they headline Group B. Plenty more in Canada moment. Panama, runners-up at the last Gold Cup over there in Group C. The U.S. placed in Group D, which includes the lone invited guest, Saudi Arabia. And for decades, this region, it has been run by Mexico and the United States. But there does appear a bit of a new breeze blowing in from the Great North.
Yeah, I think we've seen this, Rob, over the last few years, maybe last 5 years or so. Canada are in the ascendancy, and I think they have the best roster. I think they have the best team. And now there's obviously absences for the U.S., but they have the best team, the best roster. Jesse Marsch has them believing. There was a time, Lex, Stu, you remember this. The Canadian players didn't always want to come into camp. They would, stick with their club teams. They weren't excited about coming in for a variety of reasons. But Jesse Marsch has them believing, and they want to come in. They want to be part of it, and I think they're the best team in CONCACAF right now.
Yeah, I think they have one of the best players in CONCACAF in Jonathan David. I still wouldn't say that this is a better roster than Mexico, and the reason I'm not willing to say that yet, talent-wise, potential-wise, yes, but this Canadian team hasn't won anything. The only team outside of U.S. and Mexico to have won the Gold Cup back in 2000, but this current group, semifinals of the Copa America, really impressive under Jesse Marsch. The Nations League, they finished third ahead of the United States. So I think for this team, if we want to talk to them about this team in the big top level, they have to win something.
Yeah.
And that's the
will
next step, and maybe that is this summer.
Yeah, speaking of their coach, Jesse Marsch, an American, by the way, hell hath no fury like a coach that is scorned. Don't think for a second that Jesse Marsch doesn't have a massive chip on his shoulder relative to the U.S. team. Rob Stone, the wrestling term, remind me again?
Heel.
Heel. Jesse Marsch is the perfect heel. I absolutely love it. He is completely leaning into it as a villain. So if you need reasons to watch, Jesse Marsch is one of them. By the way, well played, Jesse, in terms of this quote about players coming in. He knows exactly what he's doing. And to your point, Stu, the quality, and Landon, the quality that Canada has on the field, they can back it up on the field.
I'm shocked to learn that he likes a heel. Could you believe that?
You'd be surprised. More people than you think like heels. And Jesse Marsch knows exactly what is going on south of the Canadian border here in the United States with the men's national team. When we talk about the U.S., they open up tomorrow on Fox against Trinidad and Tobago. They are in the midst of a 4-game losing skid right now. What does this program, what does their manager, Mauricio Pochettino, need to get need to take away from this Gold Cup?
He needs clarity, Rob. He has no idea to this day, and I know he's short time in the job, guys, but he has no idea to this day what his best 11 is. He has no idea if we were starting the World Cup tomorrow, he wouldn't know who his 26-man roster is. In the Nations League, they struggled to make an impact. A lot of players struggled to show him that they deserve to be there. So now he said, okay, in these two friendlies, I'm going to play some different lineups, some younger guys. That provided no clarity. So this Gold Cup, Stu, he absolutely needs to find clarity.
Right. He needs to find clarity about the player pool, but also for himself. This is his first international tournament as a manager. And it's very different to the club game because now all of a sudden you have your players for a longer period, which is similar, but the cadence, having to manage your roster, having to play with a number of guys that he hasn't worked with a lot to this point. So I think Pochettino is going to find out as much about his player pool as he is himself and trying to mirror what the cadence of this tournament looks like with regards to as everything is now through the lens of next summer at the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be careful because I don't want to let Pochettino off the hook. I know all the focus is on 2026, and ultimately that's where he's going to be judged. But this is, as you said, the last competitive situation that this team is going to be in. So regardless of who is in, I think we can fairly expect for them, if it is successful, to at least turn it in the right direction. It's not going to change absolutely everything in terms of the problems, but at least a positive and a cautious optimism as we head into next summer, because they need some momentum and they can get it here at the Gold Cup.
The narrative is not anywhere close to where they want it to be, particularly with what is looming 12 months away.